We should wait for the rest of the group to catch up before we go any further here.
I agree entirely. I roll in.
How have you wormed your way into this?
Natural 20 for a 28.
I don't know how you're cheating, but you obviously are.
I don't like the term getting oilied.
Oh, I'm gonna get lit up like a Christmas tree. Oh, Lord.
Girl, I'm just trying to give you some milk. You need some milk.
You don't have a trademark or a copyright on cybernetic augmentations.
Beep boop, no speak common.
This is why I joined the dark side.
Hello everyone, and welcome to D&D Digital's Starships and Scoundrels campaign. My name is Dave, and I'll be your game master. We're using the Star Wars 5e system to tell the story of a crew of a smuggling freighter known as the Mayday, set about a year after the fall of the Jedi Order. Each session is going to be going live on Wednesdays around 3 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure to subscribe, click that bell, do all those YouTube things, and tune back in next week for more action. With all that out of the way, let's get into it.
Last time on Starships and Scoundrels, the crew found themselves once again at a crossroads within the sunken Tipaka city. One path led deeper, heading both towards their goal as well as a greater darkness. Despite H4's insistence, Drod chose to turn the other way and continue exploring. He immediately was blasted unconscious by another pair of death troopers, and a fight ensued. The crew took some lumps, but ultimately ended the fight victorious. And we return now to the crew of the Mayday as you all finish with your brief bit of resting and prep after clearing out the current sector of Tipaka City. Short of cutting out a hole in one of the exterior walls, you really only see one way forward, and the one that's back the way that you came here.
Think we should keep exploring? It worked out so well.
Yeah.
You've cleared out this sector at this point. Don't worry about the map. You've already searched it all. It's all emptied out. Basically, it's, southeast is the way, I guess, to... Southeast is the way forward. Northeast is the way backward.
I mean, are we going to send a stealth party in? Is there...
I don't think splitting the party's ever really worked very well.
Or I could just walk in there myself. It's up to you.
No, I think given the...
Are you not a stealth party?
Probably something we want to avoid.
Given the two options, I think I'd rather the stealth party, so...
The real question is, who is the stealth party?
I suppose the stealthiest and the speediest.
Alright. So, the droids?
R5 and Granny?
Hank, I'd say you're...
Right.
You can be a part of the stealth party if you want.
You're not alive, you know that, right? You're not a person. I'm not, breaking your mind by saying that.
Yes, it is very clear. No, it is very clear on my programming that I am considered not a person.
Right, well,
I got some people at Cascadia who would object to that, but okay.
I think, also the most expendable would probably factor in, but it's,
What?
What?
Right, so the droids want to just go ahead and have a quick look around and come back and report?
Of course, we will come back and report to you.
Works for me.
Right.
So, just to be clear,
Godspeed.
which direction are you planning on going? To the
Northeast.
new area? Okay, so that you can tell that extends off way into the darkness. It's you're leaving the sector, and it's going to be probably an hour worth of walking time along this long way. So whoever's leading ahead, I guess give me a stealth check, and then how far does everybody else want to follow behind, or are you just waiting for them to come back and report?
I think we can travel a safe distance behind.
Yeah.
30 feet?
Seems like the best way to...
Maybe 60.
Okay.
I'd agree closer to 60.
We have working...
Okay. So you guys will keep back 60 feet. You can do over comms.
We have working
Just say,
comms, right?
hey,
Okay, cool. Alright.
Yeah, you can do kind of a staggered, stealth team moves ahead to a certain point, does a mark and says, okay, clear up to the mark, and then you guys just kind of, follow along that way. So, stealth team, stealth check, please.
Oh, God damn.
Damn!
All right, so let's start with R5, because you rolled first. R5, your total?
I rolled a 19 total.
Very nice. And H4?
I rolled a natural 20 for a 27.
Very nice. All right, so you two are leading off ahead into this. It's similar to the last one of these that you came through, where there still is some amount of power running through this area, but it's on like low-level emergency lighting. It kind of just like pulses this like kind of ominous red color in this hallway. So you keep occasionally seeing things, but compared to the previous one you went...
Matt, your time clock is still on.
Oopsie daisy. There we go. Oopsie daisy.
Well, fortunately, your stream
not anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I know his time clock is still on.
Oh no, they'll know what day and time we recorded. Oh no. Oh well. So yeah, you guys continue along this very long, dark pathway. Unlike before, where you'd occasionally see like maybe some movement out of the corner of your eye into like the inky darkness of the ocean, you see virtually nothing as you continue along this path. It's going to take probably about an hour proceeding at this pace to get through to the far side. I guess those of you who are not stealthing, is there anything you want to talk about or do during your journey?
Ailo will approach Granny and kind of kneel down and say, so I was wondering, how far out can you detect other life forms from your position here?
Oh, well, I can assuredly detect them within 30 feet. It's more spotty the farther out it goes. Why do you ask?
If what my gut's telling me is right, we're going to be coming up against someone who's actually quite strong in the Force, and I'm hoping she'll give off a really large signature that you should be able to pick up, and hopefully before she picks us up. So if you detect anything like that, just give us a heads up.
All right. It is possible that this person knows how to shield themselves, though. That is something many who are strong in the Force are capable of.
Hopefully, if it's who I think it is, she'll probably want her presence known. So I guess just if you pick anything up that's like beyond the normal clone trooper we've been running into, just give us a heads up. And he'll kind of nervously...
All right, sweetie, I'll let you know.
He grimaces and nervously stands back up and walks back.
Drod will lean over to Harry. Is he proposing to his own grandmother?
Oh no. Maybe he's finally telling her, like, I'm sorry to be lying to you. My name is really Jonathan. And I've been hiding it from you because I really do love you. Oh god. Is this incest?
This is why I joined the dark side.
It's pronounced incest, Harry. Incest.
Oh, incest. I've been saying that wrong my whole life.
How many times have you had need to say that?
You know what, let's move forward.
Oh, Jonathan.
Yeah, Dredd, what? What is it?
So you are Jonathan.
No, I just would want to get the conversation over, and it'll end faster if... Just, what is it? What?
I got two questions for you.
Alright.
First of all, how far out into the Outer Rim are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Cornelia, so not that far out. So not that far at all. About midway out there, I'd say.
Rosa glanced back to Harry, and then goes back to, and then, so I asked you before what we're dealing with, and you were kind of cryptic. I don't know, is there someone we can negotiate with? Is there somebody that we could potentially utilize some kind of,
Negotiation is possible, but I think our best shot right now is just to hope that we don't meet up with them and we can just get back up to the surface in one piece. That's where my head's at right now.
Right, so this is the answer you gave me before.
Well, it's because it's the truth.
Right, so what else is new?
Exactly. Dredd, we can talk about this the moment we're out of the water. But right now, I think we should focus on moving forward.
Jonathan, do you know what she's looking for?
Oh, that's me.
You're the only Jonathan
right,
I know.
Right. I don't know. I don't know why she's down here. I'm actually very surprised to find her down here. And I'm hoping I don't find out.
But didn't those, creatures say that you guys were
And you guys are
friends?
noticing he's getting visibly agitated with you guys. Yes, I guess. Yes. I guess she befriended them somehow. It really doesn't matter. Can we just please focus on moving forward?
Okay, Jonathan.
He's going to go for a death stick. Oh, do I have any death sticks? Oh my god.
Beep boop, it's your minute-wide check-in. Still nothing but hallway ahead of you guys, so keep going.
I don't know how many you were carrying with you. You definitely finished whatever the last one was that you were.
Right. They're probably all wet.
After it dried out.
Right.
No, they would have all dried out. You haven't been submerged for a while now.
Okay, so they have dried out. Okay, then as he kind of snaps back at you, you see him take out but instead of coolly taking out, he rips it out of the pack, and you see him desperately trying to light it as if he's trying to regain his calm.
Dredd will put a hand on his shoulder and flick his thumb, which will ignite into a lighter and light the death stick.
Thank you. And he leans in.
But it's very much one of those electric lighters where it's just a little arc of electricity kind of.
Right. That's what I was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I figured it wasn't useful for anything other than lighting, But
100%.
Thank you.
But
he'll lean in and
he'll just
he lights the death stick.
He'll lean in so only the two of them can hear this. He'll say, just so we're clear, I only care about her strategically. Once we're out of here, I have no reason to ask. So, if there's anything personal going on, you can keep it to yourself. I'll just pat him on the cheek and start walking forward.
Oh, thanks. And he'll take another drag and kind of follow if we're moving.
Before you do that, Harry's gonna grab the death stick and say, "You know these are bad for your health," and put it on the floor and light it up.
Okay. He's the captain.
It's okay, Jonathan.
He's the captain.
I learned a new word. Instead of incense, it's incest.
What? Why would you need to learn? In what sentence were you using the word incest?
Well, Drott actually asked a pretty good question. He saw you get on.
Never mind. I don't want to know. I forget it. Oh. Forget it. I forget I asked. Sorry. Good. I'm glad you learned it. I'm glad you got corrected. That's good. Can we just?
At that point, we're going to cut back over to the droids. So the two of you are off ahead. You're feeling fairly confident you're not going to run into anything, at least in the near future, in the tunnel. Do the two of you want to talk or do anything while you're continuing to move along?
Why do you think droids want to become people?
It's not becoming people. It's more just about being recognized as something alive? I don't know how to put it exactly, but...
Is that better than what we are?
Because it's about respect, about being recognized, just something like that. More than what we already are.
He kind of rolls a little bit in front of R5 and stops him there and takes a springy panel and tries to like gently caress his face. Just be happy with who you are. Be proud of that. Don't try and be anything else. And perhaps, maybe one day you will respect yourself.
Okay.
But the springy arm is just grating against the side of your body.
Yeah.
It's an awful noise.
You're gonna chip. Okay, look, I respect what you're going for, but you're gonna chip the paint. But ease up. All right.
He just looks at the entirely mismatched colors of your body. Yes, that is my fault. Perhaps we can move along then, if you are unwilling to accept that you are indeed worthy without being a person.
Yeah, tell that to everybody else around me.
You're the only one that needs to believe that. No one else.
R5 just rolls on ahead, leaving you behind as you're trying to convince him. Clearly you're not speaking the same language at this point. So, yeah, you guys proceed. Nothing happens during your trip through the hallways, the singular, very long hallway, until you get towards what you know is the far end. You see what has now become a fairly familiar sight of the area that's kind of like the frame of these larger exterior, like blast doors. However, this one is completely open. Very dim amount of light is open on the far end, or coming through this open doorway. You two, both of your stealth is still up. What do you want to do?
You should wait for the rest of the group to catch up before we go any further here.
I agree entirely. I roll in.
That's
okay.
The exact opposite of what I... Okay.
Yeah,
I've been watching Eddie too much.
Learn from the best. You learn from the best.
And ahead of you opens up into a it's like about a 30-foot room. The primary lighting system in this entire area seems to be off, but there still is clearly power running through because the various panels on the walls still are illuminating the room in a dim light. Just enough to be able to see by, even without any kind of vision enhancing tools, but wouldn't be the best of conditions. You both continue, and you can roll on into that room, and the door actually on the far end, or not the far end, also on the southeast side of this room is open as well, leading to a curved hallway that bends off to the left.
Can I look around the room for anything that might be considered a trap?
Sure, give me an investigation check.
I'm so good at this.
It's your best stat. If R5 wants to help, you can. Do you have proficiency?
I do have proficiency. So.
All right, then just go ahead and roll at advantage H4.
Oh, thank goodness, because, yeah, I rolled a 1 on that first one, so...
All right, total?
16's better.
16?
All right, yeah, you go and you don't find anything that seems to be trapped. You do find a computer that you can access if you wanted to search around in there, but otherwise it just seems to be one of those kind of nondescript Star Wars rooms where for some reason there's a bunch of panels and control surfaces that clearly are linked up to whatever this crazy elaborate system is that runs wires through the walls allowing the place to work, but it doesn't have any like specific like, oh, chem lab or weapons room kind of flavor to it. It's just...
Would it break stealth to use the console? Or
No.
did I already do that with investigation? Okay.
No, it wouldn't inherently break stealth. If you screw it up bad enough, it might do a little something, but odds are very low that you'd have to worry about that.
Perhaps we can find what we are looking for in this console.
Worth a shot.
Are you good at interacting with other machines? I am not so much, as interaction before seems to indicate.
I mean, if we're counting ships, interacting with technology is basically what I do, so yeah, I can give it a shot.
I'll take out my springy arm and kind of gesture after you.
Alright. And would that be a technology check?
Yes, indeed.
That is a dirty 20.
Ooh, very nice. So you continue
Thank God
kind of
for
scour.
expertise.
It's a nice thing. So yeah, you continue kind of scouring through. A lot of it's just basic operational controls, stuff like that. That when this was, above the surface of the ocean, would have made more sense for some of them. But just a lot of those controls don't make sense when the place is submerged. You do encounter in a hidden folder another journal entry that looks familiar, kind of tapping into this weird system, and I will put it into your journal. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. Almost there. All right.
Steady.
Should be in your journal now as number 4.
Oh.
I feel like I know exactly which sentence he's on with each of those O's. It's great.
H4 is having his own headcanon that R5 just found some very specific droid erotica in the bank.
At first, very concerned, and then more concerned, and then... Oh.
And then it kind of excited, and then kind of upset.
Am I into this? Oh, no, I'm really not into this. Oh, no. But yeah, sorry, R5, what were you saying?
Tread's gonna want to see this.
Transmit it back to him or show him later. You still have a more powerful force user to find.
Yeah, but this is regarding the condition that a couple of us are dealing with so far.
John will come along this computer terminal shortly enough. Just tell him to check it.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Drod and tell him how to access this, because this is definitely something he needs to say.
As with the other ones that you've encountered so far, you can also just download it into your own files if you want to.
Yeah, I'll save a copy.
All right, cool. You download that. Are you guys going to call everybody else to catch up, or are you going to continue to explore at this point?
I think we should scout ahead. There's no point in being a scouting party, and when there's something to actually find, what is the point of going down an hour-long hallway? Does that be our job?
I'll follow along, but I'll also message, alert Drod specifically that there's a terminal here that he should have a look at.
Alright, what's the password?
It's 12345. They were really not creative with this one.
Alright, I appreciate your attempt to humor. I will figure it out myself.
Alright. And so H4 has already started rolling ahead. You see around this curved hallway a closed door. Give me a perception check as you approach this door.
That would be a dirty 20.
Nice. You hear the sound of some kind of... It sounds like some kind of organic voice being passed through like a helmet's like internal mic and exterior speakers, like the sound you get with stormtroopers when they talk. It's that kind of sound you hear, but it sounds, especially with the 20 that you rolled, you hear the sound of distinctly 2 separate voices. They're not even saying words. It's just this like, and just like this kind of low humming, almost like Mongolian throat singing type of sound coming from the other side.
God, they're singing. It is beautiful.
It is haunting.
It is beautifully haunting. No, Ellie will like this. Do you have any means of opening this door on a timer? Perhaps cause their attention to this door once we are long gone, and therefore we can bottleneck them in the next doorway?
I've got a mechanics kit and a slicer's kit.
You would know, R5, that you could try to rig something like that with your security kit. It's going to be pretty hard to do. Like, it'll be a really high DC, but you can try.
I mean, it's no guarantees, but it's at least worth a shot.
Also, just warning you, if you just warning you of the consequences if you fail, the doors will immediately open.
Oh.
There are no assurances in life. You can only wear our nuts on the outside, as Oberon will put it. I will be in the next room while you try that. Do.
Some confidence. Alright, I would like to use a fate point on this in advance because...
Oh, he's going for it. Oh, damn, he went for it. Okay.
I was gonna say, we have to tell them to come to us.
Okay.
Before we take this.
Too late. What was your total there, Jack?
Oh, boy.
Took your hand off the piece, Durkin.
The total I got was a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna get lit up like a Christmas tree. Oh, Lord.
Christmas tree, sir. You are going to get turned into Swiss cheese.
So yes, as you you are sitting there, you're trying to very intentionally not cause this door to open, and immediately just this loud noise as the machine kind of fights against what you're trying to make it do, and just the doors grind open. In front of you, you see another dimly lit room, significantly larger than the ones you've been in. This one actually, instead of just lining the walls, has various consoles and what you now recognize as incubation tubes kind of all over the place. And you see there's a small room kind of on the southeast side. You're just seeing kind of the corner of the wall, and it curves along that exterior curve. Then over on the far east side, you see what looks like a kind of like the exterior of a ship leaned up against, like pushed up against like the hole in the wall. And then with like a door in the middle of it. And then on the far north side, you also see another door. In the center of the room, you notice the outlines of two armored figures wearing all black, standing still as statues. One of them is holding a 6-foot-long staff at their side, and the other is carrying some kind of what is a clearly modified blaster rifle with the red pauldron on their right shoulder. The humming stops, and they both turn their heads and look directly at you. The mixture of red and blue glow coming off of these consoles and screens reflects off their well-polished helmets. And you can very clearly tell all their attention is on you. After that, you see further to your left, a third, more slender figure rise up out of a kneeling position. Her dark helmet flares out dramatically over both of her shoulders, and she has a long cape that grazes the floor. A labored voice calls out to you from her. Who brought this droid here? Come here now, droid.
Beep boop, no speak common.
I said, come. Give me a strength save.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh
Well, nice knowing y'all. That is a 2 on the dice.
Oh, no,
with the
I'm
2,
blowing
You still have
away.
fate
Are you
point.
good
You
with
have
it?
fate
You want a
point.
fate point?
Zach, take the fake point down.
I think I will. Oh, that's not much better. That's a 7.
Yeah, that's not good enough. But
I'll use my last moments to signal for help on the comm link.
you don't have time at the moment to do that, as you feel your entire body get lifted off of the ground with just a little bit of like the front of your wheel casings still touching, and the sound of you getting dragged along the floor towards her just screeches out. H4, you 100% hear the sound of this happening as you just get dragged and bounce off of one of those and get pulled directly in front of her as she looks down at you. Before she says what she's going to say, H4, what are you going to do hearing all of this?
Would it break my stealth to call in backup?
No, you're far enough away.
How is it going back there? Bit of a problem. R5 has been captured. Been scraped along he needs a new paint job. And perhaps a new body.
Captured by who?
I think they said their name was Kevin. I did not get a name. I am programmed to hate all Kevins.
Man or woman, Hunk. Man or woman.
Honestly, I cannot tell. I cannot see them.
Alright, we're coming.
Yeah, okay, so you guys all start. You're actually basically barely off the map at this point, just in terms of distance. So I'll move you on to the map momentarily. But first, R5. You are looking up at, while not a tall person, still taller than a droid, so it's very familiar to you to have to look up at pretty much anybody's. Well, you don't see her face, because she's wearing a helmet. As you get close, you can tell that while she has a pretty well matching suit of armor around most of her,
it looks like most of her torso has actually been replaced with various mechanical parts. And you can even see a little bit of the edge of her skin in certain parts, and it's kind of red and inflamed. It looks like this was a fairly recent operation that was done. And just staring down at you. Are you bringing him to me? Speak.
Maybe.
I have no patience for you, droid. Speak clearly, or I will cut you down and find who brought you here.
He's on his way. Thought we'd be meeting on better terms here. Maybe.
Better terms. You feel a little
Friendlier?
bit of your chassis start to kind of compress a little bit. Give me a persuasion check.
I'm not good at those.
Now's the time to persuade that hoe.
I didn't ask you to do it because you're good at it.
Out of all the times to roll a natural one.
Oh, that die hates you, Jack.
You know what? The die is...
It's virtual. I can't put it away.
Oh, buddy. Yeah. So
Change the color of it. Change the color of it.
You feel that compression begin to sink in a little bit as you take 6 points of kinetic damage as you just feel like little dents and dings begin to pop around. Everybody else, you just move in and you can now see H4 at the far end of where this hallway opens up into this much smaller room. What do you want?
Ailo is immediately breaking away in front of the group and is going to enter the room. And he immediately says, Vexa! Let him go.
Oh, so you're going to run like all the way over there.
Yeah,
okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, so you're able to run up at least over to here.
Okay.
And she hears you call out, and R5, you immediately are released and drop down. Now that it's not droids moving in through all this way, the rest of you, as you begin to enter this part of, or this sector, you feel this sense of foreboding almost begin to weigh down on you. It's as if a weight has been placed on your shoulders, and you almost instinctively want to walk slower, despite Ailo's instincts overcoming that and pushing him through. It's a feeling you've felt before, so you're a little more familiar with it than most. And yeah, same thing with this large room. It's just this oppressingly, even though it's still somewhat lit, it feels darker than it should. And she looks up to you, calls out, Ailo, there you are. Did our master send you to finish the job that your cowardly spine couldn't finish before?
No. No, he didn't.
You just hear so much of a struggle for her to get any breath going in.
And you guys notice that when she does that, it also kind of hurts Ailo. Like, he doesn't like hearing this. And he...
Oh, you're wincing now? You did this to me. Do you want me to feel bad for you?
You left me no choice. Listen, and he's gonna sort of put his lightsaber, which he was holding, he puts it away and kind of puts up both his hands and says, there's no need for any violence. I'm sure you found what you're looking for. Just take it and go. We don't have to do this again.
She reaches down to... Actually, you know what? Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Did he just say no violence? What?
He did.
He did.
That is what he said.
I would.
No, I think this is another one of those incest situations, area. I think you're using the word wrong.
Oh, I think he said more violence. Got it.
He said mo violence.
Mo violence.
The rest of you who are behind Ailo, you can move up to wherever you want as long as it's behind that like blue line that's in front of him. If you want to move further in, if you want to position, do whatever you want. Nope, behind the blue line. Behind the blue line. To the left.
I didn't see the blue line. I didn't see the blue line until I had already moved.
Sam's colorblind.
Well,
that's fair.
Well, sorry,
but
H4
yes,
is colorblind, and Sam is being method. Samuel Day-Lewis.
Abandon my son?
We'll do the persuasion check first. Coming up. 22.
Very nice. Even through the helmet and the mask, you can almost tell that there's like a little bit of a smirk that kind of curls up on one side. You know where this road led. From the start, Ailo. You could kid yourself that you were trying to save me back then, but no. He told me everything. He told me what you took me away from. And now, I get to tell him that you found a new master. Think I don't know about that old woman you're dragging along with you? And at this point, Granny, you can actually even sense her presence as well. You're close enough. It's around the corner and into the middle of this large room, but you can tell there is somebody who is just burning with hatred at this point.
She's not my new master. She's nobody. All right? She's no one important. There's no need to drag her into this.
We'll see if Neuro believes you. Pick up your lightsaber, Ailo.
What are the two? Do I see the two speechless?
They have not moved. They are standing completely still. They're the two with the red pips on them in the room. R5, do you want to stay where you're at, or do you want to move?
I would like to back the fuck up.
Okay, you can move up to, your movement's 30 feet, right?
30 feet, yep.
Yeah, you can move up to 60 feet away at this point.
Yep, move back behind Ailo.
Okay, not quite a full space, but there you go.
There we go.
There you go. She's holding up the hilt of her lightsaber, pointing it at you at this point. She hasn't ignited it yet, but...
You know, history does tend to repeat itself. If you don't learn from your lessons. I'd hate to say repeat.
Oh, I have learned. And you see her flip the switch as her lightsaber ignites. And I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Yes.
She needs some milk.
Matt,
Sorry,
what?
Man, I rolled a 19 on the die, again, checking against your persuasion, so...
Matt, what made you think that the dungeon was not going to end this way?
I don't know. Yes.
He was wrong.
Some good old-fashioned Skywalker naivety.
Okay. All right. First up, we have R5 with a 25 initiative. Hot damn.
Yep.
What do you want to do? Yes, R5, you go running into the room. What are you going to do?
Hidden Blade. And that is a 24 total.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll some damage.
And that is 8 points of kinetic damage, but no sneak attack, because that did not fire yet.
Correct. Alrighty then. On to Harry Johnson in Yaba.
Alright, he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get to here. Yep, he's gonna go for the one that reminds him most of Darth Vader.
He knows Darth Vader?
Oh, he idolized him.
He knows of Darth Vader.
Then he's gonna bonus action rage.
Nice.
And then he's gonna use his action. He's gonna use his action to dodge.
On to Granny.
Granny, about 10, 15, 20. Can I sense where Harry is? Because I cannot see him with my just line of sight here.
Yeah, he is right. If you see where I'm pinging on the map, he's right there. He's about
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, kind of mostly north of you.
Ah, perfect. Then I shall cast...
Also, so you know, you sense the woman that Ailo has referred to as Vexa another 15 feet ahead of, or past where Harry is. I think you should have line of sight on the other two, so I don't think I need to tell you where they are.
I do, yeah. Alright. Granny will cast Valor at 3rd level, and will target all of her friends that are within 30 feet here.
He thinks we're friends. Or she considers us friends.
And that's everybody except for Drod, I think?
Yes. Unfortunately, he is too far away. And I can only pick 4 people anyway.
All right, so the other 4 of you, meaning Harry, R5, Ailo, and H4, you are valorificated.
I'm valorified.
Nailed it. All right, on to her buddy's turns before she gets a turn. Yeah, so the one that R5 is on is the one with the staff that I mentioned earlier. And you see he kind of like takes one arm and flicks it a little bit, and then on each end it starts glowing purple and sparking with energy, and starts kind of spinning it around to go and try to land an attack on top of you. And I'm gonna need a defense roll, please.
That is a 17.
17 is not gonna do it. This one's gonna hit you. That'll be 11 kinetic damage.
Ow.
As he
God.
just does a couple unnecessary flourish spin moves and comes right down on top of your kind of flat top. And he's going to then spin it around to do another swing. I need another defense roll, please.
Oh, dear.
Remind you, Jack, you have your uncanny dodge thing.
That's another 17, and I'm going to use an uncanny dodge on this one.
Okay. So yeah, 17, you'll get hit on that one. So that is 10 kinetic halved to 5, I believe.
Minus your armor.
Oh, right. With the...
Yeah.
Okay, so that's...
All right, and that's it for what he is going to do. The other one is the one with the blaster. He is actually going to move around over... Well, he's going to first go 5, 10, 15 to get over here to Harry. You've got about half cover, but he's going to try to take a few shots at you. So I'm going to need a defense roll, please, for the first one.
Okay. Advantage. 24.
Yeah, totally good enough. As the first one goes wide, give me another defense roll as he takes another shot.
26.
Also, that one just splatters against the console that you're standing next to. This one starts to fritz out from the blaster fire, and I'm going to need a third defense roll as he lets off the last of his shots.
20.
Yeah, very nice. So none of those are quite able to hit you. And you hear him curse under his breath from over there, and he's going to run back and hop behind his own console. We're on to Vexa's turn now. All right, she does see Harry there.
Yeah, she does.
See.
Do it. Give in to your hate.
Wants to cough nastily into a handkerchief for one round.
Girl, I'm just trying to give you some milk. You need some milk.
Okay,
What's the milk from It's Always Sunny? She needs some crow milk. Is that what it
milk.
is? Fight milk.
Fight milk.
Fight milk.
Yep.
Fight milk. Fight like a crow. Yes. Okay, yeah, so you see her just extend her hand out towards you, and you begin to feel a pressure around your neck, Harry. Give me a con save at disadvantage, please.
All right. Disadvantage.
I'm using a fate point to be clear as to why you get to roll.
10.
Oh yeah, no, you're taking that. Okay, so that is going to be... All right, that's 28 points of choking damage as you begin to feel your throat just start to compress. This actually bypasses your damage reduction from armor stuff. But your rage does apply because it's kinetic, so you do get to half it for the raging down to 14.
Oh, sweet.
And she is actually then going to swoop back around over here.
And choked harder than that.
Joke's on you. He pays to be choked like that.
Do we see Chupa get a chubby?
I'm going to not answer that and say it's H4's turn.
Okay, 15. Can I see her behind that little screen or nah?
You can see her cape kind of fluttering out, but you don't have line of sight on her.
I just picture her trying to hide and her cape's just floating.
It's basically like you come around the corner as she's moving behind it, and her cape kind of follows, and that's what you see trailing.
I'm going to move up there, and then I'm going to action dash.
Okay.
Right up to her.
Okay.
And just in case she has some force shenanigans that allows her to see me, I'm going to use a key point to bonus action dodge. I have 3 status things on me. So that's really all I want, is status icons.
More status icons, that's the way to live.
I'm all about the status, baby.
All right, on to Drod. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move forward into the room. See Ailo. I see his grandmother.
Yep.
And I see nothing else for the moment, so I'm gonna hold a blaster shot for the first thing I don't recognize that enters my eye line.
Okay. And that's it, I assume? For now?
That is gonna give a potent aptitude to Ailo turn.
Thank you.
Speaking of Ailo,
Okay.
it's on to your turn.
Dave, they're pillars?
They're not pillars. They're like they're standing like incubation tubes that like they would grow clones in. And stuff.
They offer cover.
They're full of some kind of fluid. Yeah, they'd offer cover.
Okay, cool.
They will. If somebody shoots one of them, it'll shatter immediately. So it's only like you get 1 shot worth of cover out of it. But yeah, you at least would have cover initially.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will cast Force Blur on myself.
All right, nice.
Okay, so I am now, unless they have True Sight, I think, or anything like that. They have disadvantage against attack rolls made against me. Just do that, and I can't see her, can I? She has full cover.
She has full cover. You know where she is because you saw her go there, but she has full cover.
That's it. That's it for Ailo.
All right, nice. R5, back to you.
I would like to use my bonus action to disengage again. 25, 30. And then Hidden Blade.
All right, go for it.
I would like to use a Fate Point.
You can also add a d6, but...
With the Valor bonus, that's a 23, I believe.
A 23, just double checking. Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's 9 points of damage, and with the sneak attack bonus firing, that's 15 additional damage.
Harry, over to you.
All right, Harry's just gonna run up here. He's going to Vibro Battle Axe.
Okay.
25.
25 hits.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
30.
There you go.
30.
Believe it or not, a 30 still hits, yeah.
Nice. All right. For 17.
God damn.
So I'm going to replace one of my attacks for threatening on the guy that has the gun over here.
Okay.
How dare you try to shoot me? I'm coming for you next. Don't you worry.
Nice. Give me an intimidation check.
I think this Valor apply to this? No, right?
Attacks and
No,
saving
it doesn't.
throws, so no.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so 19.
Yeah, you beat him. So he is, I believe, afraid of you?
Yes.
Okay, and it's just the usual fear where it's like disadvantage on attacks while he can see you, can't intentionally move closer to you, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Granny?
Granny is going to take the dodge action as she continues to meditate on valorizing her allies.
On to her buddy's turn. This one doesn't have his initial target anymore. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. R5, he comes charging in at you, just doing all these ridiculous like spin moves and like side flips and stuff all the way over to you, and comes in for another staff attack at you. And I'm gonna need a defense roll, please.
Another 17.
12 kinetic damage reduced by your armor to whatever that is. And yeah, he's gonna keep swinging at you, coming in for another hit.
And that's 22.
Nice. That is good enough to you're kind of able to at least position yourself so that blow just kind of glances off your side, and you don't take any actual damage from it.
Somebody else trying to chip my paint.
You and your paint.
You're very proud
Harry,
of the paint job that you have. That's very non-coordinated.
I didn't even realize it was technically a paint job. I thought it was just the color. But Harry, you do have the one guy who, while afraid of you, doesn't quite know what else to do, so he's going to still try to shoot.
Okay.
So you get to roll at advantage for all of these attacks that are coming your way.
Okay, perfect.
Actually,
Oh,
never mind. You rolled.
sorry.
You rolled. It was too late on my part.
28. Natural 20.
Nice. First one misses. Give me another defense roll at advantage as he shoots again.
For 7. Oh, yeah, 17.
Oh yeah, no, 17 actually will hit.
Use.
So that will be 7 down to 3, which I forget if that just brings you down to 1 point of damage or 0
Yep,
with your
1
reduction. Hey, he did 1 point of damage while afraid. I'll count that as a win. It's a win in my book. But he does have one more shot for you that you get to roll at advantage.
Okay.
Give me one more of those.
One more natural 20 for 28.
Jeez Louise.
In a
How do
row.
you do that?
Well, not in a row, but
Insane. Okay, yeah.
we're all 20s playing favorites
10,
tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
20, 25.
They know who the killer is.
He runs that way. And that's it for them. And then on to Vexa's turn. Let's see. She doesn't actually want to deal with you two, but you're in her way. So I am going to need both of you to give me defense rolls. Harry, give it to me at disadvantage, as I'm going to use a fate point for that.
Okay. Disadvantage.
That
Both
puts
of
guys
you as
back up to
in-
7. R5.
Oh, baby. 25.
Nice. It's impossible. I can't do anything, but
22.
all right, very nice. Okay, yeah. So you guys just take half of this damage as it comes your way.
I'm using uncanny dodge on this one.
So that is going to be 17 down to 8 points of lightning damage as she just, still holding her lightsaber in one hand, extends both hands out towards you, and you see this lightning just erupt out of her fingers and start to hit your bodies.
I'm also resistant to lightning damage.
Why? What do you have
Because-
to, why? I don't understand
Wait,
how your abilities
what?
connect. This doesn't make sense.
Dewback's instinct, baby. Remember I chose those 3?
I know, but it's a combination of things that the Berserker
Two
can let you take.
campaigns.
It doesn't
Two
make
campaigns
sense.
where you're a barbarian.
But you do. It does apply,
Ow.
so you're good.
How have you wormed your way into this?
8 points minus 2, right?
Well, it's 8 for. God, I should just be able to zap you and you just take damage. You guys are making this hard. Okay, so yeah, R5, 8 points of lightning damage. Harry, you probably take 0. Down. So yeah, it's 8 down to 4. So you take then 2 lightning
take
damage,
2.
I guess. Yeah, there we go.
That's a win. That's a win in your book.
Not now.
Not now.
It's really fun going and having a cool thing and then being told, oh wait, over and over again.
Luke should have took Chewie to the second Death Star to meet Palpatine. It would have been just fine.
Chewie's the trump card.
But now that she's got people in range of her, she does actually get to use her bonus action for this. R5, give me a defense roll, please, as she's going to swing her lightsaber at you.
Well, that's what I get for trying to mitigate the damage. That's a 10 on the dice.
Oh, it's not much. It's a 5 energy damage for that one as she comes down.
Okay, yeah. Definitely past bloodied at this point. Or oily, or whatever it is.
whatever you want to call it.
I don't like the term getting oilied.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Neither
that's
do
it
I,
for.
but I don't have a better way to put it. And that's what I'm dealing with.
Oil me
you go.
down, baby. Oil me
H4, it is your turn.
H4. He gets to turn. He's going to try and use his unarmed strike at advantage because he's hidden from her, I'm assuming. She doesn't have... Unless she has a thing that can see him.
You can roll at advantage, yes.
Whee!
Whee!
22.
22 will hit.
Then I am going to try and stunning strike, and I'm going to use my Vow of Fate to give her a 9.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you see it starts to take an effect, and then she shakes it off.
I guess I should still roll the damage, though.
Yes, the damage still goes.
That's 9 kinetic damage.
All right.
Okay. Second attack, plus a d6, 18.
18 does hit.
Woo!
Ooh.
I'm going to try another unarmed strike here.
You mean
Or
stunning strike?
Another stunning strike, yeah.
Okay, let's see how this goes. What's your DC?
13.
Yeah, she succeeds.
For 5 kinetic damage. Let's do a bonus action flurry of blows. And another unarmed strike.
I cannot wait to play a monk.
Okay.
And a D6.
And a d6. That's 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Let's try that stunning strike again.
Succeeds.
9 kinetic damage and one last unarmed strike. Let's see if that hits with a d6. 29 to hit.
29 hits.
One last stunning strike.
Isn't she already stunned?
No, she succeeded.
Oh. Oh, she succeeded. Never mind.
A lot of focus points being burned. But I get it.
Yep.
Now's the time. Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, but she's surrounded by allies that do good stabby stuff, so...
Yeah. Succeeds. So, no stun.
Okay, so that's another 9 kinetic points of damage.
Okay.
And going to slowly but surely roll off to this side.
Okay, I mean, she's going to take an op attack at you. So she's going to swing back with her lightsaber. So give me a defense roll, please.
23.
Yeah, you're too quick and nimble, so she swings and just misses you as you're already out of the space where she was swinging.
Nope, that's where I'm going to stay behind this screen. Do I have full cover from Blasty guy?
You got full cover.
Okay, then that's where I am.
So Drod, over to you. What would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna creep forward 15 feet.
Okay.
See what I can see. He's got his gun, or his disruptor pistol, just kind of sweeping around with his eye line. What do I see here from where I'm standing?
The room? Whatever you can see on your screen should be what you can see.
Right. I'm sorry. This particular character who
that is one of the enemy, one of her buddies, clad in dark armor. That's the one with the red shoulder pauldron and the blaster rifle. He's got like 3/4 cover from you right there with the stuff in between, but you can see him.
Okay. Good to know. I'm gonna creep a little further in. That's another 15 feet. Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh dear. Oh,
I don't understand what oh dear
okay.
what. It's a problem. We got this completely in hand.
I see what the situation is right now, and I am going to go ahead and fire a blaster shot at my gender-swapped twin. Yes.
She has full cover from your current angle because she's got that big old screen in between. You could definitely hit the one closer to you.
Well, this is as far as I can go. So, yeah, sure. I'm going to go shoot at the guy who's on R5.
Okay. And this is your blaster pistol or your disruptor pistol?
This is my storming shot with my disruptor pistol. It's a 17.
17 does hit.
10 acid damage, and he is shocked.
Just puts him to that much health.
I'm going to give a potent aptitude to R5.
Ailo's running around. 5, 10, 25. Yeah, that works. Cool. And he's going to unload on Vexa. So that's a 18 to hit.
Yeah, 22 hits.
So it's 28 energy damage. And
Okay, nice.
I got the second attack coming her way.
Nice, go for it.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ready.
Wait, you're valorized.
You know what? You're right. There.
32.
And that's 15.
So total damage?
15 energy damage.
All right.
On top of that one.
right.
And that is it for Ailo.
And she is then, now that it is at the end of Ailo's turn, she's going to use her thing and she's going to move a little ways. She doesn't like being surrounded like this. Okay. She moves away.
Up attacks?
At disadvantage, but yes.
Okay. I will take the disadvantaged up attack.
12.
All right, so both of those miss. R5, you're up.
All right. I have a crazy idea. Let's hope this works. So, bonus action to disengage, move up to here, and then use an operative exploit to try to pocket sand the Sith.
Holy moly.
It's all the way at the bottom down there.
Wow.
There really wasn't a smooth way to include that within Roll20, but it's basically I need to make a sleight of hand check against the Sith's perception check.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
26.
You went
Nice.
full berry.
I like the idea that R5 just has he has no pockets. He just has a compartment that sprays sand. Because he can't like reach into a pocket and just fling sand. He's got to have a dedicated sand.
Oh, pocket sand. I get it. Okay, that's okay.
This whole time, I've been trying to figure out like who R5 reminds me of, and it finally is coming together.
Well, if the check succeeds, the target is blinded until the end of my turn.
She fails.
Can you imagine pocket sand just blinding a Sith for like a full round?
I mean, I'm on the fence about whether it should be allowed anyway, since she's, wearing a helmet. But by the rules, that's how.
Everybody's wearing a helmet here.
It gets
I
in
still
through the
stand
cracks
by.
or whatever.
Like I said, I still stand by. She failed, so she is currently blind.
Does that at least give me an action to fire a blaster pistol?
Yes,
22 to hit?
that hits.
Yeah, that's 10 total for damage.
Okay.
But wait, didn't your sneak attack trigger?
Oh, would it have? Oh, you're right.
That was the whole
Genuinely
reason.
thought that was the whole point.
Sand,
No.
right?
I mean, I think actually, I have no idea then why you wanted to do that. Other than that.
Okay, so that's 24 damage in total.
All right. Nice. Yeah, she takes some of that. Harry.
Yes, Harry. So he is going to get right next to her again.
Mm-hmm.
And Viral Battle Axe.
Yep. Disadvantage for a fate point.
So 19.
No, 19 does hit.
Hell yeah.
For 10.
All right.
And then attack again.
All right. Disadvantage again.
That's plus being valorized. For dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, God. Another 10.
Another. Wow.
Let's do 20, 25 to get here.
All right. Granny.
Granny will once again take the dodge action as she focuses on Valor.
Then in that case, it's on to the enemy's turn. Yeah, he's not pleased about you making him scared and whatnot. So he is going to, he's going to try to keep shooting you because that's kind of his thing. Give me a defense roll, please.
All right. First attack is 25.
All right, another defense roll.
11.
12 energy damage. Down to 6 because of your raging.
And then down to 4.
Yeah, he'll stay there. Then the other one, he still just really wants to hit that droid, so he's gonna run up and swing at the droid again. Give me a defense roll there, R5, please, as he swings with his staff.
That's a 19 on the roll.
Nice, that succeeds. And that's the one that he's still shocked, right, Paul?
Yes.
So, one more swing for R5 and roll at disadvantage, please, as I use a fate point.
Ooh, that is a 10.
Yep, 10's gonna hit you. So that one will be a whopping major 7. So that's it for his turn.
Ouch. Okay, that's... yeah.
That means it's on to her turn. I mean, Harry did a good amount of damage, but not... I don't think it was actually quite as much as what R5 did, so...
Oh.
Let's see, and then Ailo is within range. So yeah, kind of focusing her attention back that direction. She extends her hands out once again to do that same kind of lightning attack. I'm going to need defense rolls from both Ailo and R5.
Oh, dear God. Yeah.
We told you to change the color of the dice.
I should have listened.
All right, so
I'd like to use
R5?
25 for Ailo.
Yeah, you can.
I would like to use a fate point on this.
Yeah. 25 for Ailo. And...
Not much better. That's an 11.
I mean, it's not a crit. So...
Yeah.
For Ailo, that will be after the reduction for how high you rolled. That is 7 points of damage, and for R5, that is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
As she just zaps out with the lightning at both of you.
Yikes.
And with that, R5 is down.
Wait, can you uncanny dodge that?
Actually, yeah, I haven't used my reaction, so I can use Uncanny Dodge for that. So you mentioned that was 12 points of damage?
15, so that would be then 7 for you.
R5 is barely hanging on then. Okay.
Let's see. And then, yeah, bonus action, she's going to turn back around to Harry and take a swing. Give me a defense roll, Harry, please. With her lightsaber.
Natural 20 for a 28.
I don't know how you're cheating, but you obviously are. I don't know how you've rolled that many natural 20s. It doesn't make sense.
You gotta make him change the color of that dice.
I mean, at least they weren't on attack rolls, I guess, right?
No. Okay, so that is what she can do with her turn. So that would be then H4. Over to you.
To R5's aid, and I will run up and try and unarmed strike this guy. I wish I had some pocket sand. You're gonna have to teach me that one, R5.
You gave up the character who had that, Sam. That's your fault.
I miss him dearly. I don't think he ever had pocket sand though. Maybe that was a level 7 thing. 18. I don't think hits this guy, but
no, 18 hits.
Oh, 18 hits. Cool.
Yeah.
Julio. 5 connect damage. Lovely.
Oh boy. Oh
yeah.
boy.
Oh boy.
Second attack. 29 to hit. For 10 kinetic damage.
Oh,
And
all right.
Follow up unarmed strike. 56. It's 24 to hit.
Okay, so 8 points of damage, you say?
Another
nice.
8 points of damage.
Yeah, that's you gave him a good beating there, for sure.
I beat my chest to try and get him to attack me instead of R5 with my wacky waving inflatable arm.
Wacky waving.
It's a very
I don't know if it's
intimidating flailing.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just confused or if he wants to hit me. I don't know.
Just for fun, give me an intimidation check, just for the fun of it. Let's see what happens.
Do I have any charisma? No, I am negative. Hey, it's a 16.
Okay.
I mean, seems like you at least have some of his attention. He's not quite as hyper-focused on the other droid as he was earlier.
That's about as good of a roll as I could possibly do with him. So.
All right, that's it for H4?
That would be it.
All right, Drod, over to you.
All right, Drod will move around this screen, step out into the central quadrant of the room, and line up a storming shot at copyright infringement the woman.
You don't have a trademark or a copyright on cybernetic augmentations.
Oh, I'll see. You just feel like stealing my look. Well, how about I'll steal something else? And he's gonna fire a shot at advantage because I want to use a fate point.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Yeah, a 19 does hit. She's going to
Okay.
hold her lightsaber up in your direction, but go ahead and give me that damage roll.
Okay, so the acid damage is 8, and
Okay.
that is 10 lightning damage to her and her friend who is currently shocked.
Okay, cool. So she takes the lightning damage then, and as does her friend. She is currently shocked.
I will move 10 feet back, and that ends my turn, so her buddy is no longer shocked.
Over to Ailo.
Okay. First thing I'd like to do is roll for concentration because I did take damage, and I do have a concentration spell going.
It's a Constitution.
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 Save. Okay.
roll. Constitution
Cool.
save. Yeah.
Which means you get to add a d6
Oh,
to it.
wonderful.
You don't need
Okay,
to.
cool. All right, I am
Do it
still
anyway.
concentrating.
Granny demands you do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Jonathan, roll your d6s. They're good for you.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. And running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gonna unload 2 shots with my Claymore Saber. Ugh. Okay. That's 24 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
It's gonna be 12 energy damage.
Very nice.
Then we'll just do another normal attack. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
An additional 13 energy damage.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to her in this moment?
Oh, I meant to say non-lethal. Fuck, I didn't think she was that close.
Yeah, you sure didn't, though. So.
How does a lightsaber become non-lethal, by the way?
Oh,
It's okay, Matt. Welcome to the crew of,
wow,
you
this is
know,
not
striking people
Well-
in a very Star Wars way that ends up killing.
okay.
No witnesses.
He
In your anger, you killed her.
so they lock sabers and they are in a bit of a stalemate for a couple seconds. Neither one can overtake the other, and then she wheezes, causing her at the last moment to lower her guard for a second. And like muscle memory, Ailo sees the opening and takes it, and then impales her. And you can see on his face there's a look of shock. He can't believe what he just did, and a bit of regret. And she slowly lowers, and he shakes his head as he's kind of slowly lowering her to the ground. Why didn't you listen to me?
Because you lied to me.
Okay. And with that, he stands up in shock.
And she falls down to the floor. Little wisp of smoke kind of whirls up off of over where the wound is. R5.
If this guy's not gonna stand down, I'm gonna have to stab him. I mean,
Are you going to try to tell him to stand down? Like what are you doing?
nah, I'm just gonna try and stab him.
Yeah, there you go. I knew you were pretending to be a hero.
Oh my god!
I would like to use a fate point on that.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Change the color.
He changed the color of the dice and didn't know.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Oh, it's because he changed
Plus
it
a
to white.
d6.
Oh my god.
17.
That is enough to hit.
Nice.
Thank God.
Amazing.
So,
Plus sneak attack. Yep.
15 damage.
Oh, he's still up. Harry.
Yep. Run up to him. Just say, I told you were next. Reckless attack, baby.
Yeah. Roll at advantage.
Oh. Wait a minute.
And valorized.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. For 17 kinetic.
Nice. That's actually the first time he's been hit, so
Oh, it is.
he's
I know.
doing fine. Yeah.
Next attack.
I mean, that didn't feel good, but you know.
28
Yeah, that still hits.
That still hits.
for 11.
Okay. That was a lot of his health gone very quickly after not getting hit for a while. But yeah, no,
And he's going to move on this side.
all right. Nice. Granny.
Did Granny feel the force leave the body of the one who was not... you didn't say she died, you just said she fell over. So that's why I was asking.
You sense that there is still some amount of the force residing in that body.
Oh.
Alright, Granny's gonna peek around the corner here, actually see the room for the first time.
Well,
It's literally just been a curved hallway, a short curved hallway
Yeah,
for
just-
Granny the entire night.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh wow! I mean, hey, the Valor stayed up. It was a good strategic
did.
move. I like it.
Game changer.
She's gonna move to there, and she's going to once again take the dodge action.
Nice. I can't believe that both of these guys get another turn. Give me another intimidation check. Their age 4.
That's a 10.
Nah,
you
not
have
quite
fate
enough.
points.
You do have fate points if you want to re-roll it. You guys have
No,
8
I'll save 'em for-
specific.
I'll save him for somebody that
Statistically,
needs
you'll
them.
roll lower than that. On
Yeah,
your next
statistically,
roll.
I will roll lower. than
Odds are
that.
not. Odds are not
They're
high.
not in my
You'll roll
favor.
better.
It's an option. Nobody said it was a good one, but
At least the first one, especially after getting the recent attack from R5. He's gonna come at you again. Give me a defense roll, please.
14.
That'll hit. That
Uncanny
is so 15 down to 7 kinetic damage for you.
dodge. Okay. Magic Pixel, we still got this.
You're still up.
It's still up.
All
Barely.
right. Then give me
Oh,
another
dear God.
defense roll at disadvantage.
Oh,
As I use a
okay,
fate
never
point.
mind. And that is a 13.
10 kinetic damage.
Yep. Lights out.
You see, at first he's a little distracted, looking over at at H4, a little confused, and then he hears the sound of Ailo shoving a lightsaber through Vexa, and immediately snaps back to attention to what's going on, and just in a fit of rage, just starts bashing on this little droid in front of him, losing all sense of technique, and just knocks you unconscious to the ground.
Yep.
And at that moment, actually coming out of this door right over here, that door opens, and you see the one who got shot up a bunch from way back in the previous sector, clearly still very injured, coming out of that room. And let's see, just in particular because of the range of things, let's see, that would be, actually I guess also Harry's within range. Harry, Drod, whatever, and Granny. You do hear him saying into his comlink, just like, "All right, the data's been uploaded. Everyone, get back to the ship. We've got to get out of here. Time to move. Let's go. Let's go." And he starts running over to this door, where it looks like the door to a ship, and it opens up, and you see him run inside, and it closes behind him. This guy also is going to try. Harry, you can definitely do an op attack as he moves away from you.
Yep, I
He tries to
will.
run past you.
24. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Wait for it.
27.
Now you hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
18.
Oh, yeah, he takes the damage. He's still up, but he takes it.
All right.
You take a good chunk, and his arm basically kind of falls limp at his side. And as he's like turning around to go through this open doorway, he just looks back at you, flips you off, and then runs inside.
Oh, he chose the wrong one to do that to.
Child. Uh-oh.
And the door
Things are
shuts.
not going to get easier.
And the door shuts behind him. And then it is on to over here. She's back up with 1 hit point.
My.
Well,
Well,
She's back up
Wow.
with 1 voice. Oh my
there it
goodness.
is.
Oh,
Now you
how
can
the
do your non-lethal
turntables.
oh my stars. I finally got one.
Oh,
Oh
You
my
finally
goodness.
got one.
wow. Oh.
Wait,
does.
What did you get? What did you get?
A natural 20.
And she is still laying on the ground, but you hear her start to cough and just and she is still like debilitated, but she is clearly conscious. Just like grabbing at her gut, like trying to shove back in some of the wiring that has become exposed from the lightsaber going through.
Ailo, is her lightsaber on the ground?
Yes.
Ailo will kind of.
Yeah, she very much so lost hold of it.
Ailo will use the
dropping
force to kind of just pull it to his hand, and he'll hold his light glimmer down to her. And he says, "Yield." You
see her, even in the pain, just like putting her hand up, clearly doing like I surrender kind of sign.
Okay. Ailo kind of squats down next to her, kind of admiring her lightsaber, and without looking at her says, "What? Why were you down here?"
Because, unlike you, I follow my master's orders.
I think that's why you're in the state you're in right now. You follow blindly.
That's awfully high and mighty of you to say.
No, that's...
When you took advantage of it.
That's not what I meant. Vexa. Chanel. You don't have to be what he... You don't have to be what he says you are. We don't have to be that.
What other option do you have?
We can beat him.
You don't know what he's capable of.
I kind of look at all of her mechanical parts, and he looks back at her eyes and says, "I'm all too well aware of what he's capable of. I'm just as much a monster as you, if not more so. And I'm trying to make peace with it. Please, don't let it end like this. Come with us."
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
That is a dirty 20.
She at first seems really tense. Every muscle in her body is either trying to go and hold herself together or holding up whatever amount of a defensive position she can hold. And you see you can even start to see through the lenses, the eyes that you remember from when she was younger. And you see them start to soften. And she's like,
Fine.
All right, don't.
But we need to go now.
All right, don't move.
They're gonna flood the room. They're gonna flood it.
And there you have another thrilling session of Starships and Scoundrels. Remember to subscribe and tune back in next week to see what else may happen to the crew of the Mayday. If you don't want to wait quite that long, go ahead and check out the channel because we have tons of other videos about RPGs, board games, video games, movies, pretty much everything nerdy under the sun. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Popo coming. I was with you guys all day.
You
don't worry,
vouch for me.
You got an alibi.
Look, if anybody asks.
I've never seen this man.